part of what I did was try to find ways to connect with the kids one-on-one instead of in the mass. And Dick and I had many conversations about how to do that on the mission trip without it becoming something that everybody goes, well, you know, Dick and Butch really like Joe over there, but they don't like Sammy over here, you know. So we developed a strategy of pulling the kids off the site for 10 or 15 minutes each day. Just a couple of different kids would each pick out one, and at a particular time, not necessarily the same time every day, in fact, very staggered, we would take these two kids, girl and guy, or two guys and two girls, or whatever, and we would take them somewhere, and we'd just buy a soda and sit and talk.
It was kind of covert. We would sneak them off the site and like, hey, come on, don't just keep walking. And then we would tell them, you know, we'd take them up to a few blocks away and get them a bottle of soda, and we could just sit and talk. And then the whole deal was that, like, hey, we're not supposed to be doing this. Don't tell anybody. And much to our amazement, none of the kids were telling the other kids, and they were all thinking they were the only ones that were going in doing this.
It was kind of fishy every now and then. We'd be working, and at a slow moment, like, hey, where's Eric? You know, where's Chris? Where'd they go? I don't know where these guys are. So yeah, that's okay, whatever. I'm sure they're doing something, working hard. And you know, they'd come back, you know, maybe an hour later with a smile on their face. It's like, hey, what was going on? It's like, oh, just busy. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I didn't think about it.
And that worked really well for us. It got us a couple of times. It took some of the trouble, what you might call troublemakers, not necessarily troublemakers, just they weren't focused. It took them and gave them the idea that somebody was actually watching them, and you know, and we try to make them feel special by telling them, look, we can't take everybody off the site to get a soda, so you can't go back and tell your friends that we took you off and get a soda, you know. Like, that's got to be a secret between us, and if it is, we'll do it again sometime. But if we hear that you told anyone, then we're through at this point.
Dick Larson walks up to me like, Stephen, we know what you did.
Butch and I started telling him, I said, okay, we know what you've been doing. We're aware of it. And, you know, it can't go on, and we think it'd probably be better if you just fess up.
And I was like, oh man, you know, I thought I'd been behaving on this trip. You know, I mean, I did get on the roof a couple times. I don't know whether I was supposed to or not, you know, oops. But I was, you know, and I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, you know, you're a really good kid, Steve, but don't try this with us. We know what you did. You know, just, it'll go easier with you if you just kind of talk with us and explain everything.
Much to our alarm, Stephen he's going to confess to something. We hadn't really counted on that, and we were able to stop him because we really didn't know what he'd been up to. We didn't want to know that, and and so we were able to, one thing, we didn't want to be responsible for whatever it was either.
They dragged it on for about at least 5 minutes, which seems like an eternity. So we're walking, and I'm just stressing. I'm already sweating, but I was really sweating profusely after that. And then eventually, Dick just leans over and gives me a huge hug, and his smile rips across his face, big, white, gleaming teeth. And he's like, oh, we're just messing with you. We're just going to get some Coke. What do you like? Do you like Pepsi? So, and then that was just, yeah, it was pretty scary, but it was a good time. One of my favorite memories.
We still don't know what it was. And maybe he should come clean with that by now. It'd be all right.